Hello students, welcome to Social Studies class, Chapter 4 Oceans and Fishing. In the last class I have explained you about the Appalakonda. So I have explained you about the life of a fisherman called Appalakonda and his wife. What is her name? Dhanamma. They both, what is their daily routine we have learned yesterday in the previous class, that how they wake up early in the morning, how they start their life, and how they spend their entire day working Appalakonda on the seashore, and how Dhanamma she works in different agricultural fields or the salt mines. So like this, Appalakonda returns at 3 o'clock on that day, which day they were observed. So here, after coming 3 o'clock, he have his lunch. After having his lunch, he go to a place which is known as after coming afternoon, he has his lunch and he goes to the place Cyclone shelters, a special place is there for them. Actually, at the cyclone shelters, these places are empty at the time of non-cyclone time. So, they use this place for stitching their nets. So, here Appalakonda, after having his lunch, he take rest for some time. After that, he will go to the cyclone shed, and there he take a kit along with him. What is that kit and what actually that kit carries? Every fisherman have this tool kit along with them, which is used to repair the nets. So here fishermen have a special tool kit for repairing the net, because every day after having a catch, many times due to the can say the fishes, sometimes they bite the net, or due to the heavy weight the nets may get tear. So due to this they have to repair their nets so that they are ready for the next day catch. So what they will do, this tool kit, it consists of a Nulu Karralu, that means net repairing fork, and then a Nulu Kanda. Nulu Kanda means a bunch of thread which is used for repairing the net. A flattened stick that determines the net ring size. So that stick is also used to stitch the net. And here net type based on the different size of the kannalu. I told you in the last class, in the lesson 3, there are different kinds of nets. The two types of nets are, one is doddu vala and sannapu vala. Depending upon the kannulu, that is the rings of the net, it is used according to the need of the catch. So, sannapu vala, it is used for catching the small fishes and prawns. And doddu vala, which has the large rings, it is used for catching the fishes of more than 1 kg to 5 kg of fishes. Okay, here then a net type based on the different size of the kannalu. Just now I said sannapu vala and doddu vala. Cotton nets are replaced. In the olden days they were cotton nets, and these cotton nets, when they get wet, immediately after some time they are getting torn easily and very difficult to repair these nets. So recently cotton nets are replaced by plastic or nylon and other synthetic materials they are used. These synthetic materials, after becoming wet also, they doesn't tear easily, and very easily they doesn't get repaired. So that is the reason cotton nets are being replaced with this nylon nets. And here This is how the entire day of a fisherman is spent. And now, how is the other part of the life in Bhavanapadu? So, agriculture and animal husbandry. You can see, fishing is not the only occupation of the people in Bhavanapadu village, but they also cultivate the land to grow crops. They also rear animals and birds. They also rear animals and birds according to their needs. The village soil is mainly loamy and rice is the principal crop grown on it. So they doesn't grow more cash crops. They grow a little rice which is used for the need of the villagers. Okay, only a few areas of the land are irrigated. What is the main source of irrigation there? Irrigated by Vamshadhara Canal. Bhavanapadu lies at the tail end of Vamshadhara Canal. Water comes to Bhavanapadu only after the fulfillment of the needs of the nearby villages. First, these villages fulfill their needs for irrigation. What are that villages? That is Marripadu. This village is using the maximum irrigation water, and then remaining water is sent for Bhavanapadu. So, very little irrigation facilities are found here. Hence, most of the agriculture in Bhavanapadu depends on the rain. That is the reason they depend upon rain for agriculture. Around rupees 250 to 300 per kg. Sorry. There are no landlords in the village. Since a very little land is cultivated, only small farmers are found. A large number of cultivation of Bhavanapadu are small farmers. They don't grow any commercial crops like sugar cane, cotton are not grown here. Only rice is cultivated and which is used by the villagers to fulfill their need for the food. They don't grow. Some of them rear cows and buffaloes for milk products. They rear the cows and buffaloes. There are the two poultries in the village running profitably. So two poultries, they are very profitable. So there is no more competition between them. Rice production is not sufficient for their needs. So the people get rice from the ration shops through their white cards. So they get their additional rice from the government provided white cards. Now, salinity and drinking water. Since they are staying near the ocean, sea, they doesn't get the water for drinking from they can't depend upon the sea. So the water in the village is very salty. If they dig also the water, it is very salty. If one dig up to 8 or 10 feet near the beach, one can get potable water which can be used for the just household needs, for not for the drinking purpose. Now, but in summer these wells dry up and it takes a long time for the water to fill up again. Sometimes you have to wait for an hour to get another pot of water. So how difficult is for them to get a pot of water. So women have to wait long to fetch water or have to walk up to 2 kilometers to collect fresh water for drinking. So seeing their problems regarding the water, government have taken a decision or an action to provide them clean drinking water. The government has sanctioned a protective water project that pumps water from the nearest village known as Surya Manipuram. This project provides some relief for some times, but cleaning of overhard water tanks and frequent repair of pumps mortar in a huddle, but since it is far away remote area, so it is very difficult to maintain all this government projects. For some times a youth organization helped in keeping the water project active, but it has stopped functioning now, so they are not even getting this water properly. Now what is the social life of the people? Social life, a large number of people of Bhavanapadu worship Gangamma, Gauri and Shiva. They perform puja to their goats because they depend upon goats, so they perform puja for goats and nets. They perform puja to their goats and net. The most important festival is Gauri Purnima is the most important festival. They spend common good fund of the village on this festival. So they collect the money from everyone and they collect this like now most men like Appalakonda were tattoos like this. Wear tattoos. Can you see here in this picture how Appalakonda has made tattoo on his hand? There is an open stage where the dramas, that is Burrakada and Harikadas are recording dance are performed at the time of festivals. All these activities are led by the caste headmen called Pillas. They determine customs and traditions of the people. They even resolve disputes and impose fine. The money collected goes to common good fund. Like this, they live in a community with all the celebrations and cultural, traditional celebrations. They live happily. Even though they have many problems in their profession, still they lead a happy life. So I hope you will read this lesson 1 and 2 times, at least 1 and 2 times, and try to answer all the question and answers at the last of the lesson, and also the question and answers in the middle. See you again in the next class. Thank you.